COVID-19 pandemic has brought unprecedented changes to our usual ways of living. But the Department of Education remains unfazed by these challenges to fulfill the mission of Sulong Edukalidad, the rallying call for national effort to deliver quality basic education to all Filipinos, which involve aggressive reforms in the four key areas: the K-12 curriculum review and update, improving the learning environment, teachers upskilling and reskilling, and engagement of stakeholders for support and collaboration to move forward together as we prepare the education system for the future. The call for Sulong Edukalidad will continue, and we have built the framework of the Basic Education Learning Continuity Plan, or the BELCP, to put the needs of the learners at top priority. DepEd's BELCP is the major response and commitment to protect the health, safety, and well-being of learners, teachers, and personnel. The plan aims to provide opportunities to continue education even in these trying times with a BELCP in place, supported by an unprecedented number of diverse stakeholders from the academe, media, industry groups, NGOs, business and private individuals. Sulong Edukalidad will be able to sustain the aims in its reform for quality basic education. In our journey towards quality education, we have established the four pillars of aggressive reforms from the start, and we have been continuing to progress in these pillars. In improving the learning environment, we took action in the construction and rehabilitation of school buildings, ensured the availability of learning materials and equipment, and prioritized our last mile schools. The challenges of the pandemic also brought to light the urgent need to upgrade our ICT infrastructure to service the needs of education. In terms of the teachers upskilling and reskilling, we were able to establish more innovative professional standards for teachers and school heads. We have aligned the professional development of teachers with their career progression to track their development as part of the National Educators Academy of the Philippines transformation. With the launch of the Education Futures program, where we will be focusing on innovative actions and solutions to improve the state of our education, we are now more than ready to start a new journey and continue our fight for quality education for all Filipino learners. Finally, we've given high importance to the engagement of stakeholders for support and collaboration. In support of this, we have convened the Philippine Forum for Accessible Quality Basic Education, or the Education Forum, which will leverage other partnerships for education quality and strengthen partnership with the Philippine Normal University as the country's national center for teacher education. The department has also been developing a professional development program for teachers and school leaders in order to equip them with the skills, materials, and data that will allow them to help their students prepare for PISA 2022. This intervention consists of the following components: online training for teachers and school leaders, development of learning materials and practice tests for students, deepening the analysis of the PISA 2018 results, and supporting school-level action research. Now that the year is about to end, our commitment to Sulong Edukalidad will continue and will be far from being gone. With a lot at stake, considering our new knowledge and experience from this year's challenges, we are equipped to face a new future. As we head on to the future where we will face many challenges and uncertainties, the department will always be the guardian of every Filipino learner's right to education.
Did you know that there are more ways to read in Teams? You can use Immersive Reader right from Teams to read messages and posts the way you read best.
Please review these materials on Mesopotamia and ancient Egypt and then take 15 minutes to write, in your class notebook, how their culture.
Literacy is so important, and it's my job to help the kids grow in that and to see the value in that and to break the mindsets of like, oh, I'm just a bad reader, I don't like to read.
I don't have to worry about other people just looking at me and staring at me. It's just reading to myself, sort of, but on camera.
When I came across Reading Progress, I was able to say, hey, I've assigned a passage to each and every one of you guys. At your reading level, I want you to record you reading this passage. I was surprised that when the whole class came back, literally within 10 minutes, everyone was already done. Having that recording, I'm able to spend ample amount of time to analyze, and instead of using my instructional time, it allows me to use my planning time to figure out how do I intentionally approach every student. The whole class, this is what I'll teach them, and maybe this one specific individual student, I need to address with him or her this specific area. Reading Progress has really motivated a lot of kids to work harder and kind of gave them ownership of their learning.
Well, as a mother and an educator, you know that the conference with the student is the most powerful piece. It's not necessarily them reading and recording. It's what you do with that reading and with that recording. And she's able to capitalize on that even faster now.
It probably helps me be a better reader because I can actually listen to myself. And if I did say a word wrong or something, I'd be able to say it better than next time because I know that I said it wrong.
Struggling readers, they struggle, so they avoid reading. And by avoiding reading, they struggle even more. And so it's been really cool to watch how my kids are, reading more at home. They're more excited to read in the classroom. They have their personal goals that they've made, not me. And so they're excited to work.
Coming from an administrative perspective is that this isn't just a classroom tool. Because we have so much access to data, that this is a powerful tool to change the learning trajectory of a building. But watching her grow in her reading, it's been a joy for me. I used to love reading as a child, and I wanted that for her.
Now that we use the app, I'm more confident. I'm less worried about it. Get worried about a lot of things, but reading now is one of the things that I'm not worried about anymore.
I want all of my students to get to the point where they know what it feels like to get lost in a book.
Favorite part is when I get to a really interesting part in the book and then I can't stop reading it, and it's really fun.
The study of Earth's landforms is called bicycle geography. The study of Earth's landforms is called bicycle geography. Landforms can be mountains and valleys. They can also bicycle geography.
Mga kababayan, ang pambansang awit ng Pilipinas.
Grasya mo upang kami mapagmahal. Dapat na tagapagpangalaga ng kalikasan. Maluwalhati ka, Panginoon, dakila sa lahat, o Panginoon. Napakabuti mo, kailan may hindi ka nagbabago, Panginoon.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alamin. Ar-Rahmanir Rahim. Malik Yawmiddin. إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين. Ya Allah, kati ya Allah, papalad na miska ya Allah ya Rahman ya Rahim. Sa mga tawag ya Allah ya sikwalman ka ya Allah ya Rahman ya Rahim. Ya Allah, bungi ngabi ya Allah sa mapya pamikiran ya Allah. Amo sarami ya Allah siko o kawapi ang siko kapagingad ya Allah pakagiginawa ya kami kay ya Allah papamagupa kami kay ya Allah. So kalangulawan o Pilipino ya Allah si saging nga Pilipinas ya Allah. Napakanidurugong ang kaya sa mga mapya pamikiran ya Allah si kapagingad ya Allah. Ya Allah na argang kar kami ya Allah Rahman ya Rahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alamin.
Maluwalhati ka, Panginoon. Dakila sa lahat, O Panginoon. Napakabuti mo, kailanman hindi ka nagbabago, Panginoon.
Do you agree that reading is never a waste of time?
Do you believe that through reading, you can go to as many places as you'll ever want?
Have you ever felt that reading is like dreaming with open eyes?
Have you ever experienced that transformative power of reading that can bring into our lives?
Who doesn't like a good story?
Whether you are at home listening to your child telling you an interesting story, or at school listening to your teacher's storytelling session, or reading a plot twist, stories have the power to captivate, engage, and make us think.
Welcome to 2021 Pambansang Araw ng Pagbasa with the theme, Bawat Bata Bumabasa sa Kabila ng Hamon ng Pandemya. We are delighted to see you again here on DepEd Philippines Facebook page and DepEd YouTube channel.
A blessed Monday morning, everyone. Just spare us your 45 minutes of your time, and we guarantee you that it will be a worthwhile learning experience. All activities in the Department of Education are anchored on the Quality Policy Statement. The Department of Education is committed to provide learners with quality basic education that is accessible, inclusive, and liberating through proactive leadership, shared governance, evidence-based policy standards and programs, responsive and relevant curricula, highly competent and committed officials and teaching and non-teaching personnel, and enabling learning environment. The department upholds the highest standards of conduct and performance to fulfill stakeholders' needs and expectations by adhering to constitutional mandates, statutory and regulatory requirements, and sustains client satisfaction through continuous improvement of the quality management system.
Across the millennia, civilizations have understood the power of stories. From the hieroglyphics of ancient Egypt, the tapestries of medieval Europe, and Chinese shadow puppetry, the majority of cultures have used storytelling as a way to depict real-life events and influence what people remember them for. Over time, these stories evolve and develop, and history is recounted. And for the highlight of our culminating activity, it is just right and proper to have a storytelling session. So let's all meet our featured reading ambassador, strong and passionate leader of the Department of Education. Please all welcome Secretary Leonor Magtolis Briones. sharing a story entitled The House of Many Classrooms, written by Eugene Evasco and illustrated by Daniel Florendo.
Leonor Magtolis Briones, a passionate educator, an adventurous writer, a gender advocate, a faithful servant of God, a trusted public servant, and a loving mother. She had her education at Silliman University in 1958, obtaining a bachelor's degree in business administration, majoring in accounting, and obtained magna cum laude at the early age of 17. She obtained her master's degree in public administration from the University of the Philippines and postgraduate diploma in development administration from Leeds University in England. She was also conferred Doctor of Public Administration honoris causa by the Central Philippine University in 2014. Liling has also been an achiever, as she was awarded with distinction from Leeds University, England, and obtained certificates in Policy in Public Enterprise from Harvard Institute for International Development, Harvard University, and Innovations in Governance from the John F. Kennedy School of Government, Harvard University, Massachusetts. Later on, she ventured into public service as Secretary to the Commission on Audit and served as the National Treasurer of the Philippines. She also accepted the UP presidency nomination in 2010 that was initiated by the National College of Public Administration and Governance students and was supported by more than 1,000 people coming from the faculty and alumni through signature campaigns. She also pursued her life's advocacies, including fighting for social justice. As an established leader, she headed the Freedom from Debt Coalition. Briones was also a gender advocate who raised the level of discourse to address the plight of women. As a passionate advocate for social justice, she addressed the United Nations General Assembly in September 2005. In front of an international delegation, she bravely uttered to them, "Fulfill your promises, as the poor cannot wait for too long." She also became a party list nominee to the Congress under the banner of Kaakbay Party in 2012, which advocated for social reforms. She also served as a prominent petitioner of several non-government organizations and individuals which questioned the constitutionality of the disbursement acceleration program of the previous administration. Secretary Liling has spent most of her life as an educator. Whenever or wherever she delivered a public lecture, she taught like a teacher in a classroom. She became a researcher and professor at the University of the Philippines for over 50 years and was later conferred as Professor Emeritus in 2013 for her outstanding achievement inside and outside the university. A natural lover of music, she is also a member of the Manila Concert Choir and is currently serving as its president. With her invaluable success and journey as a leader and educator, she embraced public service and accepted the challenge to become the Secretary of the Department of Education of the Duterte administration. One of her greatest contributions to DepEd is the installation of reforms in the education system through the launch of Sulong Edukalidad, the rallying call for national effort to innovate Philippine education. Recently, she launched 2 books that depicted her life as an accomplished public servant and author. The first one was her biography, Faith, Duty, and Country, written by her friend and confidant for nearly 55 years, Dr. Proserpina Chit Domingo Tapales, a former dean of NCPAG, on her journey from being a poor girl from the Hulngan, Negros Oriental, up to being a public servant and advocate of education for all. Her second book, Boiled Green Bananas, is a compilation of her columns published in the Business Mirror from 2006 to 2016. To quote her supporters, "There is no shadow of doubt on Briones' probity and integrity." And until today, throughout her 80 years of experience, she shows how a true servant leader should be: ethical, dignified, and responsible.
Hello, I'm going to read to you a story about the House of Many Classrooms. It's written by Eugene V. Evasco and illustrated by Daniel Florendo. Please enjoy it. This is our house. Believe it or not, this is also our school. Mama and Papa are our teachers, and we are their pupils. In our house or home school, Mama is the librarian, and Papa is the storyteller. At night, we continue our lessons in English and Filipino. Papa reads delightful stories and poems. Every weekend, Mama and Papa are our PE or physical education teachers. Always move your body to stay healthy, they always remind us. Our playground is very spacious. This is where we learn the games that Mama and Papa used to play. We enjoy playing so much that we would not notice how much time has actually passed. We also help in cleaning and tidying up our home school, and it is important that we take care of this place, Mama would tell us. Papa teaches us about astronomy. There are nights when we would go camping in our backyard. We would watch the meteor shower and the lunar eclipse in the safety of our backyard. The living room naman is our library. Here, we learn how to read. We would tell stories about our pet dog and cat. This way, we can practice reading even more. We always help Mama in creating books. We help her so that the stories become even more exciting. We even draw and color the pictures in our books. Last week, Mama read one of our books to other children. After that, we all sang and ate turon and palitaw for merienda. The kitchen is our canteen. We also practice reading here. We would carefully read the recipe for cooking pansit palabok, for example. Here, we study mathematics too. When we cook ginataang halo-halo, we apply what we know about addition, about subtraction, multiplication, and of course, division. One morning, before we went to the market, Mama gave us a task to solve. The price of goods has soared. How can we save money? We thought long and hard. Mama and Papa were impressed with our solution. Let's plant our own food. Mama and Papa have a lot of friends who were teachers at home as well, just like them. So they planned classes and field trips outside our home schools. We study the history of the old churches. We explore the arts in a museum, and we are overjoyed to learn about science in the butterfly garden. Mama and Papa told us that many teachers will guide us. To me, our teachers comprise the whole barangay. When I grow up, I will open up a business too, I declared. Whenever we go out of the house, our school also expands. We help in cleaning the riverside. We plant mangroves by the shore. We commemorate the forgotten heroes of the country by fixing up their old monuments. One day, our Tia Tasing visited us. The lines on her forehead grew even more. Are you really studying? She probed in anger. We brought her to our garden. We learn about taking care of plants. We prepare our own fertilizer, I answered. We showed her our garage. We build new materials out of non-biodegradable waste. Here in our house with many classrooms, we learn about the joy of studying. We enjoy having Mama and Papa as our teachers. Here in our home school, we always learn, even in our dreams. We have lots of dreams. We want to learn lots of things. We want to discover many things in the world, so vast as our house that is small, but has lots and lots of classrooms inside and out. This is the story of many classrooms, a story by Eugene V. Evasco, illustrated by Daniel Florendo. I hope you enjoyed listening to the story.
Wow, that's a very beautiful and inspiring story. The House of Many Classrooms, written by Eugene Evasco, illustrated by Daniel Florendo, shared with us by our featured reading ambassador, none other than Secretary Leonor Magtolis Briones. That story is powered by Microsoft PowerPoint Recorder. Undoubtedly, a child's education starts at home. Parents are the first teachers of the child. They also mold the child's character. And a good balance of education at school and home facilitates better learning. And this is our advocacy in the Department of Education, a strong collaboration and partnership between home and school. Once again, thank you so much, Secretary Leonor Briones, for that wonderful storytelling session with our learners.
For the past 4 weeks since our kickoff, we've planned and conducted several activities for this National Month of Reading. We had Dugtungang Pagbasa, Reading Ambassador, Capacity Building on Storytelling, Reading Cup, Reading Challenge, and more activities done in schools, divisions, and in regional levels. Now, to look back to the joyous celebrations and participations of our learners, teachers, and parents in our nationwide Reading Month celebration, let us all watch this audiovisual presentation.
Gusto ba akong tulungan sa pagsagot ng module sa math? Sige, anak.
Right. The purple heavy mountain, the river.
Dora habang yakap-yakap si B-Boy at ang makulay.
Siege, your parochial vicar in the parish of St. James.
To start, long ago, in a village in an ancient China,
Wow, that was incredibly amazing. Sir, then we can tell that our learners have truly enjoyed in all the activities we've prepared for this month. And once again, we would like to thank our partner, Microsoft Philippines.
That's definitely true, Ma'am Ana. More than just enjoyment, we have witnessed how every school in the country has participated in our activities for the past storytelling sessions. We've reached thousands of viewers in our social media platforms, and this success only shows that reading matters to everyone, most especially to our partners in raising a good reader. None other than home.
At this point, we will now announce the top 3 overall winners of the Reading Cup. Reading Cup is a gamified regional contest through reading progress that aims to assess the reading fluency level of our learners and showcase exemplar readers across regions. All students from grades 7 to 12 were encouraged and invited to participate in this Reading Cup. Weekly reading leader boards were posted and announced for the past 2 weeks during our virtual storytelling sessions. And for the top readers from weeks 1 and 2, they all advanced to the finals that was held last November 23.
Reading Cup is made possible through Reading Progress. Reading Progress is a free built-in feature available in Microsoft Teams. This feature enables students to independently read aloud, record themselves, and grow their reading skills while allowing educators to better support their progression. Students can also share the audio or video recordings of themselves, and their teachers can track their progress, provide feedback, and discover trends and opportunities for student growth. Kindly use your DepEd issued Office 365 account to access the reading progress.
Okay, so that sounds great. Without further ado, I am sure you are all excited to find out our champions. Let us call the Chief of the Teaching and Learning Division, a strong advocate of literacy, to announce the top 3 overall winners of the Reading Cup. Please welcome Dr. Rosalina J. Villaneza.
Yes, thank you, Ma'am Ann, and thank you, Sir Den. Indeed, the month-long celebration of Pambansang Pagbasa is jam-packed with activities. And of course, we cannot end these different activities by not recognizing the winners of the competitions that we had, which is the Reading Cup winners. The most awaited moment of our different readers, participants of the Department of Education. We all know that this competition is participated by 500 learners, readers in each of the regions. Of the 16 regions, let us just imagine how many learners, readers that our department has all over the country. But of course, there should be winners. And this moment of truth, at this very juncture, let me announce to you the top 3 of this competition. The third placer is from Region 5. None other than K. Justine Briones. Let's give Justine Briones a resounding virtual applause. She is one of the 500 participants in the region. And the top 2, fellow educators and ladies and gentlemen, hails from Region 10. And he is none other than Shamaki Shong. Let's give a virtual resounding applause. And of course, the one that tops the competition. Fellow educators, let's welcome the reader from Region 9, Ma Zain Dinglasa. There they are, ladies and gentlemen, the top 3 winners of the Reading Cup in this month-long Reading Month celebration. I hope that this will not end here, but everybody should realize the importance of reading, that reading is everything in our lives, that through reading, we can overcome all the rest of the learning areas, because reading is a tool for learning. So let us not make this culmination activity of the reading month an end, but a beginning to a more inspiring and motivating attitude towards developing genuine love for reading. Thus, the participants will receive a certificate from the Department of Education. And let me read to you the citation of the certificate that they will receive. Republic of the Philippines, Department of Education, DepEd Complex, Meralco Avenue, Pasig City, awards this certificate of recognition to the 3 winners for being the national top reader in the Reading Cup held during the 21st 2021 Pambansang Buwan ng Pagbasa celebration from November 1 to 30, 2021 via MS Team, given this 29th day of November 2021 in Pasig City, Philippines. Signed, Diosdado M. San Antonio, Undersecretary for Curriculum and Instruction. Thank you and good day, everyone.
I think you already know of tough and bow and cuff and do. Others may stumble, but not you, on hiccup, thorough and through.
Watch out for meat and great and thread. They rhyme with sweet and straight and dead. A moth is not a moth on mother, nor both in bother or in brother. In here is not match for there, nor deer in fear for bear in pair.
In the English song we speak, always break that rhyme with freak. Will you tell me why it's true? I say so, but likewise few. And the maker of a verse cannot cap his horse with words. Beard sounds not the same as herd. Chord is different from word.
All right. Thank you so much, Dr. Villanesa. And once again, congratulations to our top 3 overall winners of the Reading Cup. Once again, let us all give them a virtual round of applause. I'm sure your parents, teachers, and even your classmates are very proud of you.
To formally end our National Reading Month celebration, let's all welcome the woman behind the planning and preparation of all these wonderful activities we've had. Let's put our hands together to Director 4 of the Bureau of Learning Delivery. Please welcome Director Laila P. Ariola.
Thank you very much, Ms. Anna Marlene, and great day to all in attendance to this virtual culminating activity of the Reading Month celebration. This year's celebration of the National Reading Month centered on the theme Bawat Bata Bumabasa sa kabila ng hamon ng pandemya. The theme, was anchored on the Hamon Bawat Bata or Tribis Initiative, one of the initiatives of the Curriculum and Instruction Strand of the Department of Education, which was launched last quarter of 2019. And this is in support to the Every Child a Reader program. All the activities conducted were geared towards the objectives of the Every Child a Reader program, namely, to equip learners with reading abilities to make them proficient and independent readers in their grade level, to capacitate teachers to become effective reading teachers, and to foster a reading culture in schools, in communities, and of course, the Department of Education in all levels of governance, central, regional, and division offices. The Tribis Initiative is a conscious effort of the Department of helping learners gain literacy skills, and such is in support to Sulong Edukalidad. May the celebration of the Pambansang Buwan ng Pagbasa serve as a motivation and inspiration to our field offices, much more to the schools to conceptualize, launch, and implement the respective reading programs geared towards making every child an independent reader and writer, as well as learners to develop the love for reading. Today, we culminate the National Reading Month celebration with so much gratitude to all those who have formed part of each activity and contributed to its huge success. Our gratitude goes to our major partner, the Microsoft Philippines, and may this celebration be a start of a long-lasting partnership with you on improving not just reading performance of our learners, but also the overall academic performance of our learners. May we also say thank you and congratulations to all the learners and the respective coaches for their active participation in the storytelling, Dugtong Pagbasa, and Reading Cup. And let this day be not the end of your engagement in collaborative reading, but the start of the involvement of more learners in schools until a culture of reading shall be established in the school community. Our sincerest gratitude also goes to the regional directors and other regional office officials, schools division superintendents, and other SD officials, school heads, as well as the reading coordinators for the wholehearted support and involvement in the celebration. May you keep the reading culture alive in our schools. Our thanks also to the Bureau of Learning Resources under the leadership of Director Aris Kawilan for the winning stories used by our reading ambassadors. May the celebration highlighting the works of our very own teachers inspire our teachers to develop their own stories. We also express our thankfulness to our reading ambassadors. Of course, led by no less than our beloved Secretary Leonor Magtolis Briones, Undersecretary Dad San Antonio, Undersecretary Ann Sevilla, Undersecretary Nepomucemo Malaluan, Undersecretary Tonisito Umali. We also had Regional Director Art Bayokot and our learner storytellers for their precious time shared in reading stories for our learners. And may the experience be an inspiration to our teachers, our parents, and community stakeholders, as well as learners, that they keep story reading and storytelling alive until the genuine love for reading be developed by our school children. Let me also thank Undersecretary Diosdado San Antonio for the trust, the Bureau of Learning Delivery, for spearheading such a significant and relevant celebration. I will never let this day pass without saying thank you and congratulations to the Reading Month celebration TWG members of the Bureau of Learning Delivery, of course, headed by Chief Rosalina Villanesa, Supervising Program Education Program Specialist Rosalie Bongon, and Jocelyn Tuginayo, Senior Education Program Specialist Ana Marlene Litonhua, then Mark Alayon, Danilin Montoyan, Leia Estuya, Mark Timothy Manawis, and of course the focal person, Angel Habines, as well as from the Microsoft Philippines, Miss Clarice Segismundo, Miss Jelly, Christian, and Sir Tim, as well as our partners from the Public Affairs Service, headed by Director June Gudoy, for live streaming the celebration. Above all, we praise our Almighty for making the Reading Month celebration a huge success. To the school heads, teachers, and reading advocates in the school community, may you never tire providing our learners with a variety of opportunities to improve their reading skills. May we all create opportunities for our learners to develop the habit of reading and eventually develop the love for reading. With that, I say thank you so much to everyone and congratulations.
Okay, thank you so much, Director Ariola, for your guidance and for your message. We would like to thank once again our partner, Microsoft Philippines, for helping us for this celebration. We would also like to extend our gratitude to our regional supervisors in English and Filipino, and to our reading coordinators who have actively participated and supported all our organized activities.
Though this nationwide celebration has come to an end, we hope that you will continue your passion in reading, for reading is an endless journey. On behalf of the Curriculum and Instruction Strand, once again, thank you so much for generously sharing your time, talent, and enthusiasm. It is our earnest desire to always support our learners, educators, parents, and learning facilitators, especially during this time. Let's all work together to make our vision into a reality, and that is to make every child a good reader. A blessed morning, everyone.
Everyone. Thank you so much.